What's up, everybody, and welcome to Buzzworthy TV. And I'm the girl, Lady T. Now, today, I'm going to talk about all this madness that caused my boy, Chris Brown, to act a fool on social media today, okay? Today, he had time, okay? He tired of y'all, okay? But before we get into that, I need y'all to do a few things for me. Number one, like the video. Thank you so much. Number two, subscribe to my channel. Thank you. And number three, drop a comment in the comment section. Appreciate it. Okay, so before we get into the mess, y'all, I gotta thank y'all so very much. Y'all showed up and showed out, okay, in regards to views, subscribers, and likes for the last video I did in regards to Wendy Williams. I thank you all so much for that. You know, I am trying to be more consistent, getting into this YouTube game on a more serious note, because first of all, it's something that I enjoy doing, and I really think that I have a talent for it. So, hey, I'm here for it. As long as y'all are here, I'm here. So I really thank y'all so much for each and everything that y'all did for me. You know, my birthday was Wednesday, and honestly, this was one of the best birthday gifts I could have ever had, with you guys just showing your support. So I appreciate it. Love y'all. Thank y'all. All right, y'all. Now let's get into the mess. So, my boy, Chris Brown, wasn't bothering nobody. Nobody at all. Okay? Let me just put that out there. Wasn't bothering nobody at all. Nobody. Okay? All he wanted to do was just release a single with Chloe Bailey. That's all he wanted to do, y'all. That's all he wanted to do. And if y'all want to know what the single is going to be called or is called, it's called How Does It Feel? And he was already getting backlash because people were saying if Chloe is trying to really establish herself as an artist in the industry and get to the next level, you know, a collaboration with Chris Brown ain't it. She don't know her audience. The people who like her don't like Chris Brown. And I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. I like Chloe and I like Chris Brown. What are you saying? I don't know. I could be an anomaly. Who knows? But I will say the fact that they down this man and his talent all over social media really irked me, because they're acting like Chris Brown is some nobody that, you know, Chloe should be ashamed to be associated with. Like this man isn't super talented. Like this man doesn't have hit after hit after hit. Okay? Now let's just get that out there. Okay? We're not, despite what Chris has done, when we talk about Chloe Bailey, an artist who has relevancy, but still needs that edge to get to the next level, she needs an artist, not necessarily Chris Brown, but an artist like Chris Brown who has longevity in the game, has established herself as a hit maker, somebody that's still relevant. And I know all of this is virtually the same, but I'm just saying, she needed somebody that can transcend genre. You know, somebody that can relate to, you know, somebody to the 30, 40 somethings, also to the 20 somethings. And I think that's somebody like Chris Brown. And we're not going to deny his talent. So I think her collaborating with Chris Brown was an awesome idea. That's just me. Okay? So they released their collaboration called How Does It Feel? And as I stated, a lot of people had mixed emotions in regards to the collaboration. I honestly think it was a great move in regards to getting Khloe to that next level. And yes, I'm not excusing nothing that Kris has done. Before you all get into this thing that, oh, she's a Chris Brown fan and she's just biased and she's about to just stand up for Chris Brown. No, I'm not defending anything that he's done. We're going to get into that. But I'm just saying, as an artist, you can't deny his talent. And the fact that they drug him and drug the fact that Khloe collaborated with him, I just thought that was ridiculous. They made it seem like it was just an idiotic idea, and I just don't see it. Now, y'all drop it down in the comments, because I love reading your comments. Drop it down in the comments if y'all really think that her collaborating with Chris Brown was a bad idea. I think her collaborating with Chris Brown was a good idea. That's just me. So anyway, with that being said, we had Miss, I'm so tired of promises, Miss Kiely Williams, who up until BET's The Encore, we hadn't heard from in years, okay? Almost a decade. Okay, hadn't heard from her, didn't know what she was doing, didn't even care. Matter of fact, I think the only time we somewhat cared, and I mean somewhat cared, is during the pandemic when we had nothing else to do and her and Raven-Symoné had got on live, and that's when everybody got on live and kind of made up, okay? That's the only time we somewhat cared and really didn't care that much. We was just bored, okay? So let's just put that out there. So anyway, Kiely Williams, I don't know what possessed her to voice her opinion on social media in regards to, this Chris Brown situation. And the reason why I say that is because everybody knows what happened between him and Rihanna and what happened years ago, okay? And as I stated, a lot of people were speaking on why Khloe shouldn't have collaborated with Chris Brown. And one of those reasons was that, he has a history of abuse. And I'm not denying his history of abuse. I thought, what they went through was very toxic. And on both ends, I had to fix my hair, y'all. On both ends, it was just very toxic and very dangerous. And it really could have ended up very bad. I mean, it already had ended up bad, but it could have ended up a lot worse. So, I'm not excusing what he did. I mean, when you see that picture, when you see her battered and bruised, you can't excuse that. You can't help but to feel sorry for her, okay? But what I'm saying is, I do believe people can change. And I do believe Chris Brown has kind of stayed to himself. He done put out album after album and just chilling, okay? And ain't asked nobody to, help him, promote his music or anything like that. He's just been doing it. Because I think, especially in the beginning, I think Chris Brown knew that what he did was wrong, and he knew that he deserved the backlash. So he's been kind of laying back in the cut. But when y'all continue to bring up stuff that has happened over a decade ago, almost 2 decades ago, it will irritate somebody, especially when they're trying to grow and change. So I understand where he's coming from. So anyway, with that being said, Kiely said, with all this controversy going on with this collaboration, she goes, let him come out with his own album. So genius, so captivating. It makes us all forget he beats women. He can't, so he won't. So what does he do? He slowly creeps back into mainstream by getting small nods for features on Black women's merit. Black women who are more talented more worthy, but give him the okay. I want the effing air right now. Wait, I'm swatting. I'm sorry, you all. She says, I'm swatting the air right now. Garbage. Okay. And I'm sorry. I know I was looking down at the camera, but I was reading what this lady said. So she's upset because he collaborated with Khloe, and she feels like, you know, he has this history of abuse, and that he swarms his way slowly but surely into the mainstream by doing these collabs. And a lot of these collabs are with black women when he has been proven to have abused a black woman. So her thing is, I guess, is the audacity and how is this even happening? So that's why she's so quote unquote angry. But my thing is, what I'm trying to understand is, who asked you? Who asked for your opinion? And who asked you to, I don't know, just like drag him and just make it just so negative? It's like he's already been through so much. And I'm not, again, making excuses for Chris Brown. But again, when this happened, he was 17 years old. And again, I am not excusing it. But I guess if you went through it, well, not necessarily went through a situation, but when you have witnessed a situation, when it comes to domestic violence and how someone can grow and change, you can tend to understand. Not make excuses, not excuse the actions and the trauma or anything like that. But you can see the growth and appreciate the growth. Like, for instance, my sister, her baby father, they had 4 kids together. And when they got together when she was, I want to say 14, he was like 17. And so they spent their whole childhood, not childhood, but their whole teenagehood together. And he was abusive. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was what it was. He was very abusive. Okay? And finally, she left him when she was 24. Now, again, 10 years. 10 years of drama, trauma, abuse, all of that, okay? But, and however, they had kids together. So as you have kids together, you're forced to co-parent, okay? And that's what happened. They were forced to co-parent. So she kind of was forced to see him grow and change, and they grew into this friendship. They went from co-parents to just cordial to they had a really good friendship. They went to a concert together. People from high school was at the same concert, was thinking they was back together or something, or still together. But no, they was just out there as friends. So I'm saying that to say people can grow and change. And I witnessed it. So I appreciate, witnessing Chris grow and changing. And the fact that he truly does not bother anybody. He's just out here loving on his kids and just putting out music and doing his shows. Okay? So, Keely, you can shut up. Okay? You ain't even talk about anything that's even relevant right now. Okay? So, Chris, of course, has something to say because he's tired of y'all. Today he said, you know what, I'm tired, and normally I don't respond to that, respond to mess, but today I got time. And so this is what Chris said. So Chris said this. He says, if y'all still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17-year-old, please kiss my entire ass. I know that's right, Chris. Again, he was 17 years old. Okay. I'm effing 33. So tired of y'all running with those, Y'all, I'm going to take off my glasses so I can read this a little better. My glasses are actually for distance and not for up close, so bear with me. Okay, it says, so I'm fucking, I guess I can say that now, right? Because I went past the time where YouTube will allow cussing. So I'm effing 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. You weird ass ninjas are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Christian beat the F out each other in front of the world. Hey, I gotta agree with that. Y'all. Let's talk about it. I personally do not watch Blueface and Christian Crazy in Love because I feel like that perpetuates and gives a platform to nothing but toxicity and domestic violence, and I am not here for it. I don't see anything remotely entertaining about that show. But like Chris pointed out, people tune in every week. And honestly, the reason why they got, a freaking show is because people were on social media blowing them the heck up. They were getting followers. They were getting all this interaction all over the blog. So of course Zeus is going to pick it up. Who wouldn't? And we as the consumers feed into that and want to watch it because we quote unquote find it entertaining. But then we want to bash Chris Brown. But we can watch Blueface and Christian go at it all day, every day. He got a point. I mean, let's just keep it real. Okay. He said, but that's okay. It's entertainment. And y'all can suck my D-I-C-K disrespectfully. I agree. Y'all come after him every time there's an opportunity. People want to come for Chris Brown and want to bring up what he did when he was 17. Now, granted, initially, I'm going to be honest, when he first, was trying to come back and everything, I was like, okay, whatever. And only because, like I said, I witnessed my sister go through that. So I really was on the fence about, like, what he was trying to do in regards to his growth, okay? But I started to see a little bit of a change. And then with him and Karrueche, I did give him a side eye because, like Karrueche said, she was like, he was becoming possessive and stalkerish. Now that, I feel as though he really loved her. And again, I'm not making excuses because if she says, leave me alone and back off, you need to leave her alone and back off. So I don't know what the full extent of what went on with Karrueche and him. And if you guys know and you want to fill me in, please drop it down in the comment section. Because I really want to know. Because I will definitely stand corrected if it was something more than him couldn't accept the fact that they were broken up and him being a little excessive. If it was more than that, please let me know. Because I need to call a spade, okay? Because as I've been seeing, he's been, trying to just be in his own little world, and people just want to keep coming for him, okay? And today he had time. So anyway, and he says, where are the cancel culture with those white artists that date underage women, beat the F out of their wives, giving bees AIDS? Oh, that's right. They are the buddies. Hold on, I'm sorry. They are the buddies. No more fake love from me. Stay out my way or get ran over. Simple as that. none of you, and I mean none of you ninjas can F with me. Okay. So basically, not only did he proceed to basically come for Keely, he brought up Blueface and Christian. He went and brought up all the white entertainers that are known to have been involved in domestic disputes. And when I tell you he named them all, we about to go through them, okay? We about to go through them. Let's go. All right. First up, we have, who do we have here, y'all? Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson. Yep. Now, who did not know all the toxic stuff that Tommy Lee and Pamela Lee went through? Pam Anderson, I should say, because she's back to Pam Anderson. So, who didn't know about their relationship? Hey, they the first one that really put out a sex tape that went viral, okay? And then we got Nicolas Cage. And I actually like Nicolas Cage. I like all his movies, but yeah. He has a history of violent behavior. Emma Roberts. Mel Gibson. Wow, y'all. Mel Gibson? I didn't know that. Mel Gibson. Sean Penn. Now, I remember all that was going on with him and Madonna. Madonna was kind of putting him on blast back in the 80s, early 90s. Ozzy Osbourne. Come on now. We all know about Ozzy. He eats bats for goodness sakes. Charlie Sheen. Charlie freaking Sheen. Another one. Okay? So, while everybody wanted to come for Chris Brown, he has a point. It's been so many celebrities that are not of our culture, none of our skin tone, who have had previous domestic violence issues. And they continue to thrive in their careers and continue to live their lives and do not have it brought and thrown up into their face each and every time they try to prosper or try to grow. So he has a point there. He definitely has a point there. Well, after that, okay, after he mentioned Blueface and he threw all the white celebrities under the bus, Blueface and his mama, you hear me? And Blueface and his mama had something to say. So first we gonna go with what Blueface had to say, okay? Let's go.
Chris Breezy, beat the Yaki. What's happening? Look, check it out. I understand the frustration, fool. You know, for me being in the situation. I'm not even gonna trip on you because the message you trying to send is way off. I get it, you know, bitch hit me. It's funny, I hit her back as fuck Blueface, so I totally get it. That'd be the most irritating thing ever. But you gotta play the cards that you was dealt. You want some, but they did it too. Why aren't you guys telling them anything type shit? It's like, bro, life don't work like that, man. You know, if we all go do a crime together, we're not all gonna get the same time together, you hear me? You might get the most amount of time. We might not all say nothing. But we all went and did the crime, so we got to take the time. You hear me? You want some, you guys are going to give me the most time, but they did it too. Like, judge, sentence. Yeah, like, we ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. I mean, like, handle your candle, deal with your situation how you deal with it. Only thing I disagree with is you posting all these random white people and me and the bitch and trying to, like, distract from
the bitch.
See,
you lost me, Blue. You lost me. I was almost there with you.
Yeah, like, you scared to, like, yeah, like, I get it, bitch, you on some R&B, you don't want to be seen as R&B, but, God, you beat the Yaki, you gotta, hey, I beat my bitch up, man. I ain't finna come on here and be like, well, Chris Brown did it 16 years ago, and you guys let him still, like, perform at the BET Awards, and I'm gonna sound like a square, cuz. That's what I'm saying. My last opinion is, cuz, you beat up the wrong bitch. Yeah. You got a bad judge, like, you feel me? We didn't all get the same judge, cuz, God. I got a bitch, you feel me? She gonna fight back, so I'm gonna get less time, you hear me? You beat up you beat up the wrong bitch. You beat up the bitch that just performed at the Super Bowl. Nigga, like, like, sorry, fool. Like, you should have got your little ghetto bitch or something that you could fight with. That's what I did. I could have had plenty of famous bitches I decided to go to. Feel me? My natural element. I'm the ground. You feel me?
You annoying, my nigga.
Beat the Yaki. Moral of the story, watch it. Can't be watching a bitch you beat up.
Now see. Now when I said he almost had me, I'm not saying that I agree with him, because I do believe that Chris Brown needs to be allowed to grow and not be harassed, and and not always have to be reminded of what happened between him and Rihanna, okay? I definitely believe that. But what I did agree with Blueface on the fact that, like he said, he was like, man, basically, now why I'm in it, as Nene would say. Now how I get in it. So, he's like, man, leave me out of it. You did what you did. Hey, don't drag me into this. Just like if we commit a crime, if I happen to get away with it, and you snitch on me, that's basically the same thing that you just did. And then, also what I didn't like is, I don't like that, Blueface is still calling Christian all types of bitchs. It's like, when will you learn, Christian? When will you learn? But hey, that's for a whole nother story, for a whole nother video. But anyway, because I didn't even like her laughing in the background, agreeing with that junk. I'm like, you such a knucklehead. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So he's like, man, okay, yeah, we're in the same situation, but different circumstances. First of all, I'm going to get less time because we definitely be fighting, going back and forth. Second, just because you got bashed in the media and I'm not for doing the same thing, don't try to drag me down with you. I kind of get that. But again, I do believe that Chris Brown should be able to live his life. And I think Blue kind of understands that too, because Blue went ahead and released some more tweets and basically was like, I still got love for Breezy. I was just saying, hey, don't bring my name up in it, and don't bring all these random white folks in it. Now, his mama, on the other hand, she didn't agree with him bringing her son into it, but she thought that, hey, if you want to drag these white folks and bring them up, go right ahead, but leave my son out of it. This is what she had to say.
You done been through a lot. Chris Brown should have kept it to them white folks. Okay? You done threw the color folks under the bus, boy. What you doing over there, huh? Do you need the mama to talk to you? You don't throw us under the bus. You throw them other folk under the bus. You was doing good when you had them other folk under the bus. Now go ahead and rewrite that shit. Come on now. I know your mama told you don't be putting us under that bus. And another thing, Chris Brown. Blueface used to pretend to be you as a child. Okay, he was Chris Brown all the way up until he became Blueface. So technically, you set a poor example for my son, is what you did.
What?
Because maybe he just might be following behind you. Okay?
Nah, come on now, see? Blueface mama. She ignorant. And the reason why I say that is because she's like, okay, you was going good throwing the white folks under the bus. Why you got to bring my son in it? And I can understand her wanting, as a mother, to wanted her child to not be associated with any madness, even though we all know that Blueface brings his own madness. But, you know, as a parent, you're going to be protective of your child, so you don't want your child to be associated with any form of negativity. I get that. But to be like, oh yeah, you did good. You did good bringing up them white folks, but leave my son out of it. I have a problem with that because I have a problem with we as a people not taking accountability. I feel as though when we do something, we're the first one to say, well, y'all didn't say nothing when so-and-so did it. And I'm like, okay, that may be. But what does it have to do with us being held accountable? Because wrong is wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So I never understood that. Just like if we're not getting the accolades that we deserve, I'm going to be mad about that as well. Because I feel as though, hey, if we did right, we deserve that. Just like if one of us is doing wrong, you deserve whatever comes to you. So I never understood why we always, when someone has been proven guilty or proven to have done wrong, we as a people always like to throw up what someone else has done. And y'all, please put that down in the comments. Why do you believe we as a people tend to do that? Because I'm still trying to figure that out. So y'all, yeah. So Blueface mama was not having it. She felt as though, you know, okay, you want to throw the white folks under the bus? That's cool. Leave my son out of it. I totally did not agree with that. I actually agree with her son more than I agree with her. Like, he's like, keep us all out of it. Hey, if you did what you did, you kind of got to suck it up and take accountability. Even though, like I said, I believe that Chris Brown needs the opportunity to grow and move on. I mean, it happened over a decade ago. But, hey, if you still got to deal with what you did, then let that be your consequence. You can't drag everybody else down. And even though I get his anger, I do get his anger, and he has some valid points. But also, you did what you did, so you do have to, you know, deal with it in some aspects. But I did not agree with what, like I said, this all started because Keely just had to just run her mouth when nobody even asked her to. And she got him acting up all over Beyonce's internet because she couldn't keep her mouth closed. So anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this. Do y'all think that Chris Brown overreacted? Do y'all think he was wrong to name all the celebrities that are not of our race, who also have histories of domestic violence, who are also able to thrive in their careers and live their lives, while he is not? Do you believe that, you know, Blueface was right in the fact that, hey, you know, you did what you did, but keep my name out of it and keep everybody else's name out of it and just deal with your consequences? Like, I love you, bro, but hey, you know, you're bad. And or do you agree with his mother? His mother said, hey, you was all right, you know, putting the white folks on blast, but keep my son's name out of it. You know, I know she meant it definitely because it was her son, but I know she also meant for it as the culture. And that's why I said I do not like we as people who don't take accountability and always want to compare. So also put that down in the comments. Do we always have the right to compare our circumstances with everybody else instead of taking accountability? Anyway, y'all, drop all that down in the comment section. Until next time, peace and love.